So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to go live each week in this same time slot. So good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. It's really early for me. It's just gone 5:30 in the morning. And really what I want to chat about and try help you guys with is I moved to New Zealand 3.5 years ago. And there's been a lot of ups and downs and challenges with immigrating to New Zealand. But I really want to pay it forward and try help as many other people as possible that are interested in moving here to New Zealand and immigrating here. I want to create a space where we can meet on a regular basis and answer any questions you may have. Post them to me if I can help. I will. If I can point you in the right direction of what worked for me, I will share that with you. The hope is that I'm trying to pay it forward and help you have a softer landing than what I did moving to New Zealand. So I can see there's a couple of people online. If there are any questions, if you are interested in moving to New Zealand, tell me what your challenges are. What are you struggling with? I know one of the biggest things for me 3.5 years ago when we were trying to move to New Zealand was actually just trying to find a job. Most of us move across here on a work visa where we're trying to find a job. And that's the hardest challenge, especially when you're out of country. I mean, I remember, and it's not only when you're out of country applying for that job, it's even when you're in country applying for that job. Sometimes the recruiters or the company you've applied for, they don't even come back to you. You just get rejection after rejection after, and that's if you're lucky you get a rejection. Otherwise, you just don't hear from you. You get ghosted, and you're applying for all these positions but hearing nothing. And it can actually, it can drive you to starting to even question if moving to New Zealand is even a possibility and if you can even make it work. So that's why I've created this space, is I managed to get it right. I was able to get a job while I was still back in South Africa. And not only was I able to get a job while I was back in South Africa, in New Zealand, obviously, I've moved around in New Zealand as well and been able to get jobs here. So I've had a bit of experience now on how to go about applying for those jobs and getting an interview. Because, I mean, let's be serious. The real thing is you just want the interview first. Then we can worry about how we conduct the interview, worry about negotiating an offer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if it's tied to your immigration, you need that interview, you need that job offer first before you can even move. So that's really what I'm trying to do with helping you guys with answering some questions here. I see there's a question, hey, did you apply straight to residency or work visa? I did work visa, so I was lucky. There is something here in New Zealand called the green list. If you are on the green list, you can apply on the green list and actually go straight to residency. Let me just also put in a proviso. I am not an immigration agent. Okay, so I worked through immigration agents to help me. But to answer your question, yes, I went on a work visa. The reason we went with a work visa is when I applied for the job out of country and I got the offer, we had to move quickly because now the employer that had offered me the position had told me that, oh, yeah, it's great, but when are you going to be able to be in country? When are you going to actually be able to start? Because a lot of the employers, now that they're prepared to move forward with me, were saying that they actually want you to start in like 4 weeks' time. Now, to be able to get all your visas packed up and actually get on a plane and get all the way across here within 4 weeks was tough. So that's the next challenge, is also finding an employer that's willing to wait that period of time. So the quicker way was to get the work visa. And then once I landed on ground, we then applied for our residency, and currently we got our permanent residency. So I've got another question here. Do you use an immigration lawyer or advisor? So I have used an immigration lawyer, and on 2 occasions. When we were first back in South Africa and we wanted to move across here, I used an immigration partner, and they helped me with moving my entire family across here. Back then we were a family of 4, so it was my wife, myself, and my 2 kids. So what we did is they first got me what was called visa ready. So they got me to a point where we had done all the paperwork, everything up to a point where we would just have to submit now once we got the job offer, because as I said, I went with a work visa option. So it also helped me when I was going for those interviews. I was explaining to people, or even applying, I could explain and attach a letter from my authorized or legal immigration partner saying that I was visa ready, and that on the basis of a job offer, they would be able to help me complete that process to getting my actual visa so I could come across here. So to answer that question, yes, I did go with a immigration agent. Also, second time I went for an immigration agent is we also adopted my nephew. So he came across last year. So he hasn't been here long. It's less than 6 months that he's been here. And we also used an immigration partner for him, but his was also a bit complex because it was an adoption process and everything else involved. So that's why we used an immigration partner with him as well. I'm starting a business. How can I connect with like-minded people on LinkedIn? So just so I'm clear on your question, there's definitely ways you can connect with people on LinkedIn. One of the ways is you got to learn how to use your filters on LinkedIn so that you can filter by location, you can filter by your connection. So if it's a first, second, or third connection. And over and above trying to filter that way, you also want to add in certain types of titles of people that you want to connect with. So it's almost filtering it down to find the right type of people in your industry or type of people that you're trying to connect with regards to like-minded people in the same business. I do a job search masterclass where I actually share and go in detail of how to create those connections, not necessarily like you to connect with like-minded people in business. I do it more from an immigration perspective so that we can try and start building those connections when we're out of country. Because what I found here in New Zealand is a big thing is they're big on relationships, and you really got to get to know people to be able to start opening up those opportunities and getting those job offers. Now, that's really hard for an immigrant, twofold. One, when you're out of country, it's extremely hard because you haven't even met people yet. You're still out of country. So how do you build those connections? This is where LinkedIn becomes powerful, but it's using it properly. Over and above your CVs and cover letters and updating your profiles in certain ways. I mean, it's a whole lot of stuff that you've got to do all together to make this work. But one of the big things is using LinkedIn to find those companies that could potentially be companies that you could work at based on your skills. Find those managers that work at those companies. Find the relevant recruiters that are in your industry that could potentially be looking for people. So it's really going that extra step with LinkedIn. And it does take work, don't get me wrong. It takes a lot of time and effort and commitment and consistency to do it, but it worked for us. Just to add, over and above me being an immigrant and using this approach, I've also been a manager for over 15 years now. So I've gone and been on both sides of the fence. I've been trying to get jobs, but I've also interviewed and hired a lot of people. And even in my 3.5 years of being here, I've interviewed hundreds of people. So I'm trying to take everything I've learned to try pay it forward and help. I don't want to miss some of the other questions here. I believe I'm visa ready, but I'm reluctant and I'm thinking of seeking advice before apply myself. When you're saying seeking advice, are you saying seeking advice from an immigration agent? Sword of reasons, that's your handle there. I'm guessing you're asking about if you got visa ready yourself, do you want to go to an immigration agent? It depends. You know, it's hard. I can't give immigration advice. I'm not an immigration agent, but I can just tell you from my experience, we went through an immigration agent because one, you got to realize it does cost more going through an immigration agent. And there are people, I can even see Taryn, a friend of mine is on here. Hey, Taryn. I think they even went and they didn't use an immigration agent when they came across. So it is possible to do it without an immigration agent. But big thing for me was what made me feel secure is we're quite risk averse and we were willing to spend that extra money to get that extra assurance that we had that support if things got tough. That's why we went for an immigration partner, okay? That was my reasoning. My other reasoning when I adopted my nephew, it was a complex case. So it was going to be difficult and there was going to be hoops to jump through. So I wanted an immigration partner to really help me along that process. So it's all really, you got to think about your situation and what works for you, what you can financially afford. Me, I went with immigration partners, so that's what worked for me. I see you believe you have all the paperwork needed. Okay, well, if you're confident, yes, the Immigration New Zealand website is very informative and it has a hell of a lot of information. And if you're good at admin and you can follow the process and tick all the checklists and go through everything that they need, hey, I'm not saying no, you can't do it. Of course you can. As I said, I've got friends that have done it that way. Me personally, I've done it through an immigration partner. So that's the only way that I can talk through my experience of doing it twice that way. So that's the way we've done it. So yeah, Maybe just sharing a little bit on while I'm waiting for another question to come up, is I know that a lot of people have asked about, well, how do you go about finding that job while you're out of country? So a big thing is I've talked about your LinkedIn profiles. So I think one of the things you've got to try and do is you've got to spend a little bit of time going onto either LinkedIn Jobs or going onto Seek and going and starting to look what sort of jobs are being advertised there for your skill set, but what is the title that they put on those job ads for the skill that you match? Because what I found was in South Africa, what I knew my title as differed slightly here in New Zealand. So when I was updating my CV or going on job searches on LinkedIn or LinkedIn Jobs or Seek or anything like that, I wasn't matching because of my job title. If you start doing a little bit of that research and figuring out what they call your skill set here or what you do here, and it's sometimes just small changes, you can update your searches in Seek and LinkedIn Jobs so that you can actually start seeing a lot more. But then you can also make your CV and your cover letter and everything else match and talk to that as well. Also remember the way that IT works as well when they're doing, you're applying for a lot of positions. A lot of recruiters and companies and whatever else, they use AI now to be able to screen all those applicants. And it's actually looking for keywords. So over and above the keywords of your title, it's also looking for keywords that you have skill in, etc. So if you're not using the right terminology that matches here in New Zealand for your title or your skill, you won't even come up in those searches. So that's one of the things, if there's a tip, it's you've got to start looking at matching your titles to the actual jobs here or that are being advertised on Seek or LinkedIn Jobs. So that's one of the other tips that I wanted to give. Let's see, is there any other questions that I'm missing here from anyone? I just want to see. These are ready. Encourage your viewers to share. No, sorry, that's me sharing. I'm starting business, gone through that one. Immigration partner, yep. Well, if there's any other questions, guys, I really am here to try and help. Like I said, the biggest challenge I found was actually just trying to find that job and get that interview. Over and above your Seek and your LinkedIn profiles getting updated, make them match, okay? A big thing a lot of people will do, even as a hiring manager now, I will go and look through all the candidates that I've got, and yeah, you get their CV from the recruitment, be it internal recruitment or the recruitment agency you're working with, and you look at their CV, and one of the first things, I know managers, we sound terrible here, but we'll go stalk you. So we'll go straight to your LinkedIn profile and have a look at your LinkedIn profile. Now, if I've read up on your CV, you've done X, and this is what you've done, and whatever else, and this is where you worked, but then either, even worse, you don't have a LinkedIn profile that is updated, it's like old as the hills, or it doesn't even match. So the dates don't match. What you've written up doesn't match. It's like a red flag. It just goes off in your head like, oh, geez, I don't know why this person, either they don't pay attention to detail, they haven't gone into the effort of actually making sure everything is up to date, or is there something they're trying to hide? So please make sure that everything matches. And when I say everything, I mean your LinkedIn profile's got to match your CV, but it's also got to match your Seek profile. So make sure all of those correspond and align. Okay, so that's a big one that you want to do over and above the titles and the keywords that you want to go through as well. So that's a biggie there. Any other questions from anybody? Where's everybody else on their journey? I mean, what are you struggling with? Is what I'm saying even making sense to you? I hope it is. Is there any challenges you're having? Hey, Shane. I've been following you on Spotify and podcast. You really inspired me to consider relocating. Oh, thanks. I really appreciate that, Shane. I seriously do. Look, it's the best thing that I've done for our family. But I don't want to fool anyone. This has not been an easy thing. Immigrating to New Zealand it's actually been one of the toughest things I've ever done in my life is moving countries. There's been so many things that have come up that you don't expect. So you try plan your best, and you know, and I like to believe my wife and I are good at planning and whatever else, but there's so many things that just catch you off guard, and life happens. So this has been one of the toughest things to really do is immigrate here. And I'm not going to go into that, but I've even had cancer in my life and beat cancer, and I'm not saying, that was hard. But this is also hard for different reasons. So I'm really not trying to sugarcoat that this is the land of milk and honey and it's all going to be perfect. It comes with challenges. Maybe the other thing, Shane, is also just to let you know is immigration is unfortunately not going to be a possibility for everyone. That's just the hard truth of it. There are only certain skills and positions that New Zealand is looking for, and only those people are going to be sought after to try bring across here. There's certain skills we've got in country that we've just got too much of, and there's a lot of people here even in country that don't have jobs. So we got to get those people employed first before we can bring in more people with other skills. So it's really the sought after skills that we're looking for. So if you've got high-end skills, or you've got skills, it's called the green list, you've got those skills, you've got a way higher chance than anybody else. And those are the people that should really be going that route of coming in with skills. How did you deal with shipping? So, this was a tough one. My wife and I we had to think for a while. Big debates on what we're going to bring along and what we're not, and are we going to take a full container, half container, just take a cube, or just bring the suitcases that are on our back. There's so many things that you got to consider what works for you. Again, it comes back to what's right for you and your family. But I know, let me try to answer your question as best as possible. What I mean by right for you and your family. Cost is always going to be a factor because it's expensive bringing stuff across here on a container. It's not cheap, okay? This whole exercise is not a cheap thing to do. And all depending on where you are in your life and what finances you have and what budget you have is how it's going to affect your journey coming across here. But getting back to what we brought across, we eventually decided over and above budget, what was a big thing for us is we said, okay, let's bring across the stuff that is irreplaceable to us and the stuff that reminds us of home, that is like, it's example, family heirlooms, photos, pictures, the kids' toys, all that kind of stuff is, and I'm not saying kids' toys are not irreplaceable, but I'm just saying that would help the kids settle. When they see their stuff arriving, it made it feel more like home. When we brought family heirlooms, we can't replace those things. It's been passed down in my wife's family for years, from generation to generation. I can't come here and buy that again. So bring that across. That's important to bring across. But we thought beds, we're going to buy new beds. Furniture, we heard a lot of the time your furniture won't fit into the places here because they're smaller. Hey, it does depend on where you're staying and what size furniture you had, because I know in South Africa, our house was bigger than the home that we have here. But what we opted to do was rather sell everything else back home or donate as much as possible and get rid of. But the stuff that was sentimental, important to us, irreplaceable, that would help the kids settle, that's the stuff we put on a container. We didn't take a full container, because it was just some of the stuff that we were bringing across. The rest of the stuff we slowly built up while we were here, and we built it up over time. And flat pack is your best friend. I can tell you, if a marriage can survive flat pack together, you're going to stick together forever, because that's really what we started rebuilding our home on, is flat pack. And it takes time. I mean, some people, we had blow up mattresses that we started on. That's just the way it goes. You talk to other immigrants, that's just the process of getting here. So, yep, 100%. What else we got here? Show you how do you do the shipping? True, my partner's career is on the green list, social worker. I'm on the IO psychologist. Yep, 100% Shane. And I can tell you medical here, we need medical people and psychologists too. I'm not going to go into that story right now, but I mentioned we brought my nephew across recently because my sister-in-law passed away and we adopted him and brought him across here. But trying to get therapists and psychologists and everything to try help, because we need support here, they're few and far between. Getting the right psychologist and the right support for him, it's been hard. And it's also been a process. It takes so long to try get a lot of that done. So we need that good skill. So Shane, yeah, 100%. We need that skill, please. Doctors, nurses, teachers, even a lot of tradies, now I'm using New Zealand terminology, not tradies, construction, plumbers, electrical, that sort of stuff. That's what you would be looking for here. There is IT that's needed as well, but IT is a very big field. But I think it's quite, what's the right word? Competitive market in IT, and it's usually the higher skills in IT that they're looking for. Civil and construction, mate. There we go. Yep. Thank you. Trying to get the right wording. But yes. So yeah, any other challenges, anything else you guys have got to ask? I'll be doing this every Friday. Okay, it's Friday for me. I know New Zealand, we're ahead of the world. So those of you that are in New Zealand will know it's early for us. It's just before 6 in the morning here. So I'm trying to keep the same slot. So I'll be going live this time every week to answer any questions you guys might have about immigration and try and help point you guys in the right direction. So yeah, please, if you do have questions, join me here. It's so nice to have so many of you on here and asking questions. I really appreciate it. I must tell you, I was nervous about doing this because it can be, oh, geez, will people engage and ask questions? So I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you're making the time to join and actually ask questions. And the whole idea is just to really try and help. Maybe this is a time, and I know I'm not trying to sell anything, but I have got a community. It's a free community that I've launched. It's in my bio. All I'm trying to do is create a safe space for immigrants to come together where we can ask questions, because I have found, and I know it's going to sound so ironic because I'm on social media, is on social media it can get quite rough out there when you're asking questions, because some people will be for what you've asked, some against, and it actually can create a lot more confusion than actually helping. So that's why I've created a safe space. That safe space, what I have done is I have got 2 immigration partners that I've used before that are active in that community. So they also can help and ask questions, and they post a lot of information for us. But what I've also done is I haven't only got immigration agents in that community. I've even the people that have helped me from a financial perspective, financial advisors, I've got them in that community answering questions because they help me. So they're answering questions there too. I've even got a life coach that's in there as well. Lindy has helped me with life coaching. So I brought her into the community as well. So I've tried to bring people that have helped me and supported me into that community, and I'm trying to create it where us immigrants can all meet and help one another. Right from trying to get clarity on whether you should even consider moving here to when you do move here, what is the process? Even sharing a whole lot of resources and stuff as well. What have you asked here? We're mostly lacking truck drivers, but the problem is they're hiring foreigners and it's not working out. Oh, geez, okay. That's sad because I am a foreigner, so I'm sad to hear that it's not working out. Trust me, even as a foreigner, I just really want this country to do well. So I really want the right people to come in and to help our economy. We need it more than you can. Wow, we need it so badly. Shane, do you have any other African nationalities in your community like Kenyan? Yes, I do, Shane. I do. There's actually, and I don't want to name people's names here in the community because it's obviously it's their information. But yes, there is a lady that I speak to quite regularly in the community. She is from Kenya. She's actually in the process of trying to move across here. She hasn't been able to move yet. She's at the process of trying to find a job. But yes, that is an example. She is from Kenya. And I've got others from Kenya as well. I actually find most of the people in the community are from different parts of Africa. A lot of people from India are in the community as well. I've got a few people that are from the US and UK. And then South Africa is a big one, but I'm guessing that's because I'm South African, that's why. So those are the places where I get most people in the community from. Yep. Okay. But really what I'm trying to build is just, it's a space for any immigrant, really. We can all relate. We all know what we're going through here. And over and above me supporting, and as I said, those other experts that are in their field, be it immigration agents, financial advisors, whatever, it's actually us there to support each other. And it's a safe space to ask any question. So there's no ridicule or whatever. And I can also monitor it and say if there's anybody being rude or anything like that, that's not what that community is about. It's really about supporting and helping each other in a safe space and getting that clarity to work out if moving here is even a possibility for you. And that's the hard one, is I've created some modules. There's some modules for you to go through and how-tos on how to get to the point to work out if New Zealand is even right for you and a possibility for you. The hard truth is some people are going to realize, oh, I don't have the skill set that I need and it's going to be really hard for me to do it. And others are going to realize, this is perfect. And that's when we can help you along that journey and getting here. So we can pay it forward with what I've learned, with resources I've got, etc. What is the process for foreigners to come into New Zealand? Oh, that's such a difficult question for me to answer because there's so many different entry points. Obviously, I'm talking to my experience coming through on skilled visas, so working visas, but there's other options that you can follow. But that's also why I encourage you then, the best way to answer that is actually to come into the community, because then I can leverage those immigration partners that I've got that can help answer that question a lot better. You can also go through the modules, and if you're looking at coming here on your skills, so what is it? It's Lux Out 313. I don't know what your thinking is with coming across here, what your skill set is, where you are in your life, whether you would come across on student visas, whether you're coming across on work visas, whether you're a business owner. I don't know, there's different opportunities to come across here. But that's why some people ask, can I do it alone or do I do an immigration partner? I would go with partners. They can help you with that and work out what your actual pathway to potentially moving here is. But a good starting point is going through those videos I've got in the community, which steps you through getting the thinking right to see if it's even a possibility, sharing where you go on the immigration websites, what information you can, where you can go look to see if your skills are even relevant here. What we even do in the community is there's a resource where we update it monthly with my partners, my immigration partners' help on what's the top. We look at 4 different sectors on the green list. So we look at education, we look at IT, we look at construction, and we look at healthcare. And we go list what are the top 10 jobs there, what are the most average salaries there, what companies are advertising for positions in those sort of sectors. And we try to update that on a monthly basis to try and share with you guys as well. So I haven't really answered your question 100%, Luxout 313, because that's a tough one to answer here because there's a lot more to it. There, I really suggest join the community and we can try and point you to immigration partners that can help you with that. Shane, perfect, because we really a lot on SA since, rely on SA since we do not have New Zealand embassy in Kenya. Oh, okay, cool. Shane, I didn't know that. That's something I've learned. Okay. But definitely, Shane, yes, there's a lot of people from Africa, from all parts of Africa that are in our community, not just South Africa. So yeah. I'm not a foreigner. I'm New Zealand born, working as a truck driver, was just curious. Ah, okay, cool. Perfect. Thanks, Luxout 313. Yeah. So yeah, look, I know it's a tough one. A lot of people, I'm an immigrant myself, and you got to respect that. You got to try look at it from a local person's perspective, meaning a Kiwi, a New Zealander. This is their country, and we got to be respectful of that, and we got to remember that. And we are coming here to their country. Now, we got to come across, and I do believe most immigrants are coming across because we want a better life for ourselves and our family and everything like that. But we also got to realize we got to come across here to be able to contribute and help this economy and help it grow, etc. But we also got to remember that some of those local people as well, they're also struggling. Local New Zealanders at the moment, our unemployment here in New Zealand at the moment is the highest it's been in a number of years. Yes, it started improving a little bit and getting a bit better, but it's high and it's tough for a lot of people here at the moment. And it's only natural that if we start as immigrants taking a lot of those positions, it can make some locals feel quite upset about it, because, those are jobs they wanted for themselves. So it can be challenging. I'm not going to try sugarcoat it and say that it's all sunshine and roses here. There are challenges as well. But I do 100% believe if you're coming across for the right reasons, with the right skills, you actively doing positive in your community, trying to help and trying to pay it forward, help others, and contributing to the economy, it's the right place and a beautiful place to be. Oh, Mac, you make me laugh. Hey, Mac, yeah. A lot of people say move to Australia as well. Oh, that's a big one, where people will say, New Zealand is an old age home and Australia's way better and you've got way more opportunities and everybody's jumping over what do they call it? They're going over the ditch to go to Australia. It's a hard one, Mac. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to do better off in Australia, but there's going to be a lot of people that are really happy here in New Zealand as well. I'm happy here. It's the best decision I've ever made. I don't want to go to Australia. I've got family in Australia, but I don't want to go there. I'm really happy here. I want to do my bit to help this country thrive and do well. So I don't want to jump ship. I'm here. I'm staying here. I want to become a Kiwi. I'm waiting for my black book one day. That's what I want. Oh, mate, I work with some awesome foreigners, a lot of stuck-up ones, but hey, if you got the skill set, I appreciate that. Luxout 313, that's really nice of you to say. Hey, Mac, I'm Australian, and I don't think there should be borders between us. Okay, well, now that's a different perspective. Thanks, Mac. Okay, yeah, look, I know we could go down a rabbit hole going there too, because I know some people are also saying that they want to take us as now you're going to shoot me because you're an Australian, or Us, yeah, us. Love that, AMAC. It's all us. I know some people talk about making New Zealand, I don't know how many states you got in Australia, but you're meaning that 7th, 8th, 9th, whatever states it is. But yeah, I do think the relationship between the two countries is strong. It really is. 45, holy moly. Okay, it shows you how much I know about Australia. I haven't investigated Australia. I'm in New Zealand, so yeah. Anyway, I think this has been really awesome being able to chat with many of you, and I wish I could stay on even longer, but I know it has gone on till for the half hour now. I need to start packing kids' lunches, getting kids up, shower changing, and getting kids to school, doing the school run, and starting work and all the rest of it. So I can only do this 30 minutes, but I will be doing it every week, same time slot, answering any questions you may have. It's really been awesome chatting with all of you, and thank you so much for joining and just interacting. Really, really appreciate it. Sorry, that's not what you said, Emek. New Zealand got a lot of love and respect for Aussies. I love the love. That's awesome, guys. It really, really is cool. Guys, you must all have an awesome day, evening, and weekend. So chat to you guys next week. Cheers. Bye.